Hey, Mike. Hey, John. Chris. Hope everyone's doing well. Hey, Machine Slot Car. Hey, Adam. There's your car. This actually is a pretty nice car that I like to experiment with and drive around from time to time. But it is a Viper, as you can all see. I'm going to use this for our testing tonight. Hey, Jim. Dennis. Hey, Mayor. Hey, man-child. Hey, Mike. Guess we got two mics. Dennis. Wow, we got 17 people here already. I guess it helps if you give a little advance notice. Hey, Mark. So the other day I was working on, I was live and playing around with, I don't know what car, it was a Viper. And I had taken out this Endbell tweaking tool that I got from JProducts. And I kind of didn't really discuss this. I just kind of slapped the Endbell in here and tweaked it on the maximum setting. And John from JProducts commented, he kind of jokingly gave me a hard time saying I should follow the directions that came with it. So, I realized when I bought this, I never really used it. I never talked about it or reviewed it, or took the time to, properly try it out and see what this tool can do. And if it, I don't even know if it's, worthwhile, or we're going to try and find that out tonight, see if it gives us an improvement. What it's supposed to do, you can see in this picture, when you put the Endbell, and I have a good, these are brand new Endbells. When I was at Hardin Creek last weekend, I bought some parts from Terry, so I picked up some new, these are the Gen 4 Viper Endbells, and as you can see, those brushes are pretty much stacked right on top of each other. This one's tweaked pretty good for the tension. I've already looked at that. So what this tool does is, yes, it changes the timing. It only changes the angle of the ear or the arm, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't change the tension at this point here. So it changes the angle, and as you can kind of see, those brushes are no longer sitting right on top of each other. They're kind of on, one's on an angle to the other, or they're offset now. And if you read this tool, it says, note, this tool sets the elbow angle on the brush arms. It does not affect the brush arm near where it mounts to the plastic housing. Drop the Endbell into the base as shown in the picture with brushes facing up. So I'm going to start off on the moderate setting, and you want to drop this in here. You want to make sure those metal posts are on either side of the the arms. And it says drop the cap with the arrow, this arrow pointing down. And you have this little gauge here. And you just basically turn this and it will adjust the angle. So it'll give you an advanced timing. So I'm gonna, and there's a pretty good amount of play actually to me before this tool really starts doing anything. And I could feel it when I put this on here, like, I've already got it at least 3 ticks over and I can tell it hasn't really adjusted anything because I don't feel any tension until I get to that point. But I'm gonna slowly kind of tweak this. So that's about as far as it can go in the moderate setting. I don't know. I don't really see too much of a difference. Yeah. Very. Come on. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really see. Sorry, I'm trying to get my darn phone to focus here. I mean, maybe there's a slight adjustment. I don't know, let's look at another brand new. Yeah, actually, that's what I intended to do, and I didn't since I've already. This one's, I don't know, maybe a minor tweak, but I could always pick another one that I haven't touched. All right, I'm going to use a different one, another new one. And yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll put this Endbell in this car, and we'll do the moderate setting and the maximum setting and see if it does anything. Yeah, I plan to do the maximum size as well, but let's take it one step at a time. All right, give me a second to tear this motor down real quick. Uh-oh, almost lost a spring. And speaking of JProducts, if you guys haven't checked out his Facebook page, you should. He's got a lot of cool little gadgets for HO slot cars. So I would check it out. He's got all the different downforce meters. I bought my rail height meter from JProducts. He's got all kinds of stuff. helpful stuff. That magnet has the dot, barely. Gonna put a new dot on that. I guess I could tweak this end bell too and see if I gain anything. Oh, this is nice and broken in. And this car with this end bell was running like a 420 on the dyno. I put it on just a few minutes ago. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah. Put a little, redo the little mark on here so I know. All right, so this is our brand new Endbell, untouched. Let me just check something real quick. All right, I just tweaked it a little bit for the tension, just so that it has equal tension. And just so you guys know, that the way I do that is I just kind of pull down on one ear and see how far down. Sorry guys, I don't know why my phone is not, is that light too bright? Pull down and you want to see where the brush goes, and you want the other brush. So see, this bottom brush kind of covers the hole, whereas that top one doesn't go down as far. So I would kind of tweak this pressure on this arm a little bit. So now that goes down further. So this is one of the things you could do to definitely get improvements in your performance, is kind of tweaking these end bells. All right, so let's put this thing back together real quick. Almost lost my spacer. Let me just make sure I didn't lose a, nope, there's no spacer in the old Endbell. And this is a Viper hot stock armature. Okay. So the Endbell is in. I'm going to leave it on neutral timing for right now. We'll just test it with neutral timing. We'll see if the tweaking of the Endbell with it on neutral makes a difference all 3 times, from the moderate to the maximum. Well, from no tweak to moderate to maximum. guess I'm gonna have to take this thing apart 3 times. Fine. I mean, I liked assembling Vipers, but I don't really have to do it 3 times in a row. But for the sake of science, I will. I'm just giving that bushing and just a little bit of oil since it's brand new. All right. Yeah, I think Viper sells them tweaked too. I think they do charge a pretty good premium for that, though. Just like pinning the rear axle, they charge $5 for that. It's simple enough to do yourself once you've done it a few times. All right. Our car is back together. Make some room here. Let's see what she's doing. So like a 390. That's not too bad for a non-broken in Endbell. Yeah, I would just Google BSRT. They're not the easiest to order from, which is the only thing I don't like. Like you can't do any online ordering with them, like PayPal or anything like that. You have to like submit. You have to email them like an order form. They don't make it easy. At least that's how it used to be. So it's a little frustrating for me. But you could use PayPal to make your payment after they've confirmed your order and everything, but all right. So 390 stock brand new Endbell, non-tweaked. Everybody call it 395. Yeah, okay. Mike Viper makes being a little generous, but okay. Another thing that you can do with these new Gen 4 Endbells is they have these tabs right here where you could put a spring to keep tension. And I actually played around with that before. They recommend using the springs in that one I just made fall out. But these are pickup shoe springs for a magnet traction, AFX magnet traction. So I want to play around with seeing if these springs make much of a difference or not. But we'll play around with that at the end. Yeah, well, there used to be, but now they have those little tabs. There used to be an arrow that pointed. You had the 3 that you could see from the bottom, and you had the 3 locations. I mean, because you can advance the timing and retard the timing with just by moving the end bell in these Vipers, which is one of the nice things about them. But I guess if you tweak the end bell, you can advance the timing even more. Yeah, like on an old Super G Plus, it had the like those three little dots there. The middle one was, no neutral timing. All right, so, oh, wait a minute. That's different end bell. All right, so let's take our end bell out of our, let's take our armature out of the end bell. We'll do this tweak. Okay, that's in there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go all the way on the moderate. I don't know if you're supposed to do this a few times or not. It did say you could turn it 180 and do it again if you feel like maybe one side is tweaked more than the other. So I'm gonna turn it around and I'm gonna do this both ways. I don't know. The moderate to me does, maybe it makes a tiny, yeah, I guess it is a tiny bit offset now. Not a whole lot. You want me to go right to the max? Well, let's do moderate and then we'll do max. But the wife just got home. She just stuck her head in and said hello. My wife's definitely a workaholic. She leaves early and gets home at like after 7 every day. But she likes what she does, so it's a good thing at least. Yeah, it doesn't take me long to get ready to go on a little trip. I throw a few things in a little bag and I'm ready to go. I'm not one of those people that takes a million things with me. I won't pack until the day I'm leaving, Friday, Friday morning. Yeah, pretty much. Maybe if, pair of jeans and a couple of, maybe one or two decent shirts. But yes, definitely shorts and bathing suit and t-shirts. Just going on a 3-night, 4-day cruise to the Bahamas. All right. Well, we're back together, and I got it on the neutral timing. Let's see what she does on the dyno. Well, looks like we've managed to make it slower. No, I didn't. This doesn't, this tool only advances the timing. It doesn't retard it, so. And the Endbell looks neutral. I could advance the timing by the Endbell. Let's see what it does now. A little bit of a difference with the advanced timing just by pushing the Endbell down. I'm going to put it back to neutral. All right, I'm going to take this out and we'll do the maximum setting. I know John watches my videos, so maybe he'll see this, and if I'm doing something wrong or there's a better way to use this tool, although the directions seem pretty simple, so I think I'm doing it right. Really isn't too much you can do other than put it in and turn it. So. No, there's a wheel that spins on this dyno, and it gives you like a simulated RPM. The faster the higher the number, the faster the motor's spinning. So we're in the maximum side now. And you know that the side that's up, that's correct, is the side. So if you want moderate, the word moderate reads correctly, and maximum's upside down. If you want maximum, you put that on the bottom. Pop this tool in. Yeah, I could definitely feel more pressure on the maximum side. I'm going all the way. I don't know, I'm just not really seeing as much of a shift in the brushes as I would expect. Like I would expect them to be a little more offset than that. They've definitely moved. I mean, they are offset looking at it under the magnification. So it's definitely tweaked it. Let me check the tension of the. Okay. Yeah, you can kind of see that it's offset a little bit now. But to my eye, it doesn't look like a significant amount, even with the maximum. So I don't know if anything's changed with these Gen 4 Endbells, that maybe this tool was developed with a different Endbell. I don't think they've changed the dimensions, obviously, or anything like that of the Endbell. So unless something's changed with the arms. But we'll put it back together. We'll see if it makes a difference. No, but it's not changing. It's not supposed to change that. The pressure points are at the corners here, and the directions even say it doesn't change the tension. You still have to tweak that. This is changing this angle. It's supposed to be like you could do this yourself manually by kind of tweaking each arm individually, but it's a lot of work to do it properly by hand. Yeah, so 4.5 is a faster, better. The higher the number, the faster the car is going on the dyno. So a higher number is more desirable when you're doing what we just did, and we had like a 395 when we started. We're hoping to get up into the fours by tweaking this, by using this Endbell tweaking tool. Okay. I've got this set back to pretty much neutral timing. Yeah, I'm using these tweezers to push down on this point here to bend it to put more pressure so that when I pull one arm down, that arm will go further down. I like to tweak it so that the bottom of the brush is kind of at the bottom of the opening of the bushing, and there always seems to be one arm that's a little less tension than the other. But John's like, why am I making more work for myself? I don't know. I feel like I need to. Yeah, didn't really do much. Oh, sure, John. So what are you saying? I got a defective tool? Actually, let me see if I can find an older end bell. Maybe it'll tweak differently. Yeah, but I didn't have any lube on the axle for the other readings, so. And this car has been lubed before. It's not like it's a brand new car. I feel like if I don't remove the shoes, it's a little harder to finagle the hangers when I'm putting everything back together, but maybe it's just me. I will leave the shoes on next time. Oh, well, cool, rookie. I'm glad you're enjoying it. kind of disappointing. Yeah, so unfortunately that didn't really help us much. It actually went backwards by changing the stock Endbell angle. All right, John's saying leave the pickup shoes in. Ah, okay. Well, there you go. I left them on. Yeah, this Endbell definitely is not broken in. It's brand new. So unfortunately, I don't really have any. I don't have any new older style. This is an older style Endbell with the point, but this has been used. I guess I could put this in the tool and see if it looks like it makes any difference. So this is what it looks like now. I mean, that's all there is to it, right, John? Just turn this all the way. Do I need to do it like a few times, or is it recommended to turn it 180, or I don't know. What do you guys think? Does that? I think that actually does look a little more tweaked. Still not a huge amount, but I think it's pretty much just the same amount as the other Gen 4 ended up. Yeah, so this particular one, for whatever reason, is not really doing too much for me. So, I mean, I've seen the pictures on your Facebook page of the Endbells that have been tweaked, and it looks pretty. I mean, is this one in this picture? Yeah, you could see that's offset more than what mine is. One crank should do it. Okay. Has anybody tried to put the springs on these new Gen 4? I'm going to try and do this and see if it makes a difference. More than likely, I'm going to make this spring go flying across the garage, but I'm going to go off camera for a second and try and put this spring in, because I'm curious. You know what? I'll put these springs on the end bell we just tweaked and see if it makes an improvement. And there I go. I just dropped one of the springs. Probably to never be found again. Oh well, fortunately I have more springs, so we'll try this again with another spring. Maybe I'll find that spring later. Probably went under the bench. I'll try and do it over the bench this time, so if I drop it. I could send it back to you, John, if you want. That's fine. I mean, it doesn't seem to be useful the way it is right now, right? So, yeah, I'll shoot you a message on Messenger. We can chat about that. All right, I've managed to get these springs in here. Question is, can I assemble it? Go half a spring? What do you mean? Use half of a pickup shoe spring? The new Endbell was tweaked manually before the tweaking tool. No, I didn't tweak it manually. I didn't change the angle of the tool changes the angle of the brushes. It doesn't change. The only thing I tweaked was the tension on the arm. I would have done that anyway on every end bell that I work on. Personally, to me, the tension is more important than the getting a little bit more advanced on the brushes, but I find that to be have a bigger impact on performance. All right, let's see if I could somehow make this work. All right, I've got it assembled. Got the springs in there. Have no idea what this is going to do. Hopefully it doesn't blow up the car. I guess we'll find out. I don't know if you're supposed to do anything to keep the spring in place, like glue it or something. I didn't see anything mentioned about that on Viper's site. They did mention using a pickup shoe spring. All right, it is installed. Springs are in place. Yeah, exactly, Mike. Hey, look at that, John. I left the shoes in there and it all worked. You saved me a step. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. Yeah, those springs are definitely helping. Though I could usually get those numbers without springs. I could usually get in, like 415, 430. So, gonna slightly advance the timing and see what it does. Yeah, now we're up in the 420s. And it'll only get better from there once those brushes break in some more. So, yeah. I guess those springs do help. Yeah, I could, I'll send you one of these Endbells with it. All right, I'm going to put my original Endbell back in here, the one that was in this car. Take out these springs. Do you want me to send you this Endbell, the one that we just tried to tweak? I'll do that. Oh, you want me to put it back together without the springs? Okay, I could do that. All right, so you want me to put it back together without the springs? Okay, back together yet again. Okay. So that's without the springs. Yeah, quite a difference. I wonder how much quicker the brushes wear out with those springs putting extra pressure. But I guess if you want the performance. Okay, John, I will. Yeah, put my original Endbell back in this car. All right, so I'm going to send this Endbell. These springs are just magnet traction. I think I got these from Hardin Creek. Probably was Hardin Creek. Okay. Hopefully this car runs as good as it did before I started messing with it. Yeah, told you this was up in the 415, 416 range, close to 420. But this is broken in, this end bill. So kind of my range for when I feel like a car's, it's running pretty good. When it gets up in the, I bent these. I guess I crashed too many times and bent my axle pins. Straighten those a little bit. Hey, Snuggy. How's it going? Oh, this is a hot stock 6 ohm. It's a 5.8 ohm armature from Viper. It's a balanced armature. I did just build this car that I'm going to be auctioning off along with a couple of other Vipers. If anybody's interested, probably won't be till I get back from my cruise, but this is also a hot stock balanced 5.8 ohm arm. This is a Wizard arm, Endbell arm. This car has custom aluminum wheels from Steven, Viper aluminum front end, silver hangers, BSRT silver springs, silver pickup shoes, level 4 motor magnet package. I pinned the rear axle, 723 gears, custom body from JProducts. I'm going to have 2 cars that are similar. The other car like this is going to have the max traction magnets, not the stock. It'll have these kind of wider magnets in it. And then I'm going to build a lower end non-hot armature, just a stock armature. But they'll all have the custom wheels. Yeah. This armature from Viper is like 18 bucks. I get the Wizard armature for 15, so Wizard's a couple of bucks cheaper. I like these Wizard arms. I run these in my Fusions. They run pretty good. Yeah, this is definitely a Wizard arm. The green one is Viper's hot stock armature. But yeah, you can expect to pay anywhere from $15 to $20 for a good hot stock balanced 6 ohm armature. They're usually all sub 6 ohm, like 5.8, 5.9 ohm. Yeah. -5 degrees, that sounds horrible to me. Yeah, I guess you would use the hood armature for a Tyco. The vertical, the different timing. Well, that was fun. Too bad this didn't really give us the effect we wanted, but curious to see what John finds out about that when I send it back to him. I'll let you guys know. I'll do a follow-up video. Let me put all of my king of beers. I do like this red, white, and blue body. This was actually my own body, but when I saw the comments that Scott's, this is basically the exact same car I sent Scott. The one I sent Scott also has a wizard arm in it, but I think the one I sent Scott has the max traction magnets. But otherwise, it same car. And he had a lot of people asking for him to auction that car, so it kind of motivated me to maybe I can build a few of these cars and auction them myself. We'll see. I get most of my Lexan bodies from Jap. I think his site is called Whole Shot Painting. I buy from Jay, to be honest with you, because he has decent quality and he's the best price. Like I get 3 bodies for $50. There are guys that make much more detailed and really nice bodies, but they want, $40 to $50 for one body, and I'm not looking to spend that. I buy these bodies from Jay to race with my club and to crash them. I know they're going to get abused and crashed, so I don't want to spend a lot of money on a Lexan body that I'm going to just crash. Well, not crashing intentionally, but, race. There's going to be some crashing involved. Yeah, thanks, Mike. Mike Roth put it in there. JAAP. Jay posts, I don't know if you're on Facebook, but whenever he comes out with a new set, he usually does them like 100 at a time. And when he comes out with a set of bodies, he posts them on a lot of different Facebook pages that I follow. The Florida HO Racer page that I belong to. Just almost every one of them. If you're following any HO slot car pages, you've probably seen his posts. And yeah, I message him through Facebook Messenger. I just tell him the ones I want. I send him the money through PayPal, and he'll ask you how you want them pinned, whether it's for like a Viper or a Fusion, or you can get them untrimmed and pinned. But he does $50 pinned and trimmed, so that's a pretty good deal. To your door, that includes shipping. This body used to be on my IROC set of Super 7s. This thing has been through many races here at my house with my club, and it's got a little bit of wear and tear to it, but it's holding up pretty good. I did get a new set of NASCAR bodies from Jay, so I swapped a couple of them out. This is the new body. It's a little bit darker red. I think I like this lighter color a little better, but this is new and in good shape. Good to go for a while now, again with the red car. All right, guys, I think I'm going to get ready to pack it in a few minutes here. Been on for a little over an hour. I'm going to go say hi to the wife, see how her day was. Yep. Have a good night, everybody. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Appreciate all the comments. Take a couple of laps. Thanks, guys. And thanks, John from JProducts, for stopping by. I always appreciate your feedback. And we'll chat with everybody soon. Thanks. Take care, guys.